Yo, what is up? It's Jacob, and I'm doing another analyzing my gameplay video, which people have been telling me that they want me to do it slightly slower or like just go more in depth on each team, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. So it starts off with us landing in Pubg, and there are guys across the street, or well, I call this a street. But anyways, my teammate gets knocked, and I know that there's 4 guys across the street, so now I have to hold the angle before they push, or at least I think they're gonna push, and then I steal one of their bots as well. So now I'm just playing slow, making sure that they can't push while my other teammate gets the res. So, over here, I know that there's a guy behind the wizard tower. I'm putting out a lot of names, but I just have names for these compounds, and I call it a wizard tower. People call it the bunker, whatever. But anyways, so yeah, I'm just holding angles. I see this guy crossing over there, get a knock, and quickly thirst because I'm super thirsty, I guess, because of the new KD system. Everyone's thirsty. And yeah, I cook a nade here. I try to bounce it off the top of the shack, but of course it barely doesn't make it, and I fall back to possibly get more ammo later on, so I skip over to the next part. This is about a minute later, and yeah, my teammate killed someone there. But yeah, I fell back, got a little more ammo, came back, and now I spot that guy behind the wall. And because I got lit up and I know it's a 3v3, I start pushing over here. So if you listen closely, you'll hear footsteps to my left in the blue building, which is why I go indoors here. And I'm still holding angles trying to find him, which I'm like hearing is so important in close quarter combat. Like I know I can't hard peek here because I know there's a guy behind that wizard tower, which he just peeked right there. See, my teammate's saying he has guys, but I can't exactly fall back. He's on his own there, and my teammate gets knocked, so I quickly go back. But he gets thirsted, unfortunately. So yeah, push up, can't exactly find the guys. And yeah, just walk around, see another guy crossing wrong range, which was from the squad that landed to our left. And finish him as well. So I'm still running around when I meet the guys who thirsted my teammate, which I don't actually see him, but I hear him behind the walls, which is why I'm quickly backing around the corner here. So you see his head pop on by. And I'm just holding this angle, waiting for him to do something. I see the teammate in the distance, so I'm getting a flank. And I'm planning on going even farther down, but since my teammate starts shooting and reveals the position, I go closer, and he rushes, and I get a pre-fire. And this second person was a bot, so that was it for that, I guess. Yeah. So this was a separate fight a bit later. Uzi Man jumps out of the first floor window, and he gets headshot. And he has no helmet, so pretty easy for me. Nice. But yeah, that was the end of Pubg. So next we pull up to Ross Hill, and I want you to pay attention to how I just parked there. So I'm under the ridge, and if anyone's on top, I still have an angle on them. I have the defilade, I guess would be the proper term. Like just instead of going straight over and having anyone on top easily shoot you out, like just parking it slightly short. Really for every gunfight is important. So he's just scouted out. I spot a guy, and I get a knock there. So I rush back to the car, and I want to push up before he can get rezzed. So yeah, I get in the car. My teammates gets in the car really fast, which that's super good. And I'm flicking down the right because if I went to the left, it would be those tons of buildings, and also I just have to jump down. So I tried to I should have parked behind the shack wall. I kind of went a little too far, but then I'm running over. I hear the guy up the hill. So I turn. My teammates right behind me. That's good. I'm playing the ridge. That's why I'm going slightly to the left because there's a better ridge. And yeah, I have the rock and pre-fire this guy. And that was the only man on his team, or at least that was in Razok. So that was it for this. So yeah, I go over here. I don't really have a name for this compound. I guess it's near mansion, but I eat the buggy. And in the distance, you can actually see a car over there. We spot it as well. And we're running up as tight as possible, which Miguel gets a better angle first, gets a few shots, but I can't really get him under the ridge. So I hip fire, scope in because, well, I hip fired first because it's just more accurate, especially since I have a red dot on. And the driver of this Jeep managed to just crash into the only tree in the field. The only tree in the that's an achievement, man. And yet because of me crashing there, he dies. Don't crash into trees. And then yeah, we go to the buggy, which we're stopping by a drop, hoping to find people. Just chilling in the hill when we see a buggy in the distance coming, which he didn't go straight at me, so I didn't get an angle to laser him right here. So I tried to shoot him out, and he's my teammate, and actually reload here, which I actually almost died. If I went for the reload, I would have died there. That man was actually insane. He nearly took us both out. So yeah, we pull up to this compound as we saw a car. I get Uzi shots on that guy, but he doesn't get knocked. I go to the other side to see if he's trying to flank or anyone's looking the outer walls, but nobody is. Spot one in the red building, tap him up a bit. And then now it's in a 3v2 because I hear a guy behind the trailer park area, or at least running towards that. So I pull out some nades, and yeah, I just start throwing some nades, trying to guess where he is. So yeah, that nade wasn't that good. And I'm trying to cook them as well. You can see that right when they land, or at least about where they land, they blow up, so the guy has no chance to run. And yeah, so I'm still throwing nades, still trying to get a knock so we can actually push. And this time my teammate actually calls out exactly where he is, or at least where he thinks he is. And yeah, I get the knock. So that means that we were pushing up because they can't get that res. This guy's running out, I get him. And that leaves the guy in the red building, which I potato the crap out of this. That was awful. And then take two, I actually hit him. So yeah, that was the end of that team too. So yeah, next we spot a team at this compound to my left. So we send it over the hill as that has better hard cover. Or, well, not hard cover, but, well, I guess the hill is hard, so. Yeah, hard cover. Yeah. Anyways, so we spot him at the wall. And I can't quite get an angle here. So I'm trying to get a nade, or at least just keeping the nade while I spotted that guy and lasered in the head. But yeah, my teammate got knocked, so I smoke him out and I go for the res. And really, after I got the res, nothing really happened for a solid 2 minutes, so I'm gonna skip over that part. So yeah, Zone now isn't with us, so there's 1 minute left on the clock, so I start picking up their buggy. And I get a solid spray, it's smoking, so they don't really want to use it. So now I'm just still looking around. I'm trying to get a flank angle when my teammate gets knocked again. So he crawls back, I start the res. But then I realize that they're pushing and there isn't a way I'm gonna get it. So I'm looking around for him. I see one flanking. Hit him up. I'm only 40% health. I get the free fire. And I barely survived this with just one hit. Just a sliver of health. See, I get the res on my teammate. And we're chilling. We have 30 seconds left in zone. So he goes off to loot the box. And then all of a sudden, he gets knocked again. It's the third party, which is now we're in trouble because there's only 18 seconds left in zone. I get some shots off. Didn't realize I had my Uzi out. And before he gets to me, he gets thirsted. So there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. And I can't take this fight at all. So now I'm just going to my buggy. And I get a little health off before I actually get in. So yeah. I would flank right with the zone so that it's harder for him to hit me up. And just watch in a second where I go. So I realize that he's probably not in zone. So I take this hill behind him. So now instead of me being stuck in zone, he has to come to me. Zone's pushing him out. Which I'm trying to find him here. Can't really until I hear his footsteps, which are really close, actually. So I run over here, get my Uzi out because it's close range. And I light him up. And yeah, now there's only 2 guys left in the match. So yeah, pull up here on the hill, and I spot this guy in the shack in a second. So yeah, I see him, just a sliver through that. And instead of sending it, I want to do some memes. So yeah, I spot a Jeep in the distance to my left, and I pull up and get that. So yeah, I crash here, jump the wall, with a little skip there. And yet, here's the plan. I'm gonna crash the Jeep in the door, load up, and he can't get out. So here we go. Door. Ooh, I messed it up a bit. jump out, and now I'm lasering the cart. But he actually opens the door, and doorstep. I almost had him. I'm going for the pan, I mess up, and yeah, I go back to my easy because I don't want to lose this much. And yeah, pretty easy now. So now I see Steve in the distance. I hit him up a few times, but since my first meme didn't work, I wanted to get my second meme. So now he is probably one hit. Worried about his health, I throw a smoke on him, and yeah. So now I'm going for the pan kill. So yeah, running up. He has no clue where I am. And boom. Easy win. 23 kills. So yeah, I tried to do this a little slower, explain a little more. And I hope you enjoy and this helped you learn. And if you did, like and subscribe, turn that bell notifier on. And also leave in the comments like if you want me to speak any differently or talk about something different, any tips and tricks that you want. And yeah, thank you. Vote.